I would say to those considering getting a pacemaker to make the decision a little quicker, because if your consultant is actually saying you need a pacemaker, you probably do need a pacemaker. And all I can say is the energy and my wellness since getting the pacemaker has been absolutely fantastic. My name's Rosemary. I'm a working mum of 2 children, 2 teenagers, and I run my own business. I've worked in life sciences and healthcare for about 25 years. Thoroughly enjoy it. And yeah, life is busy, but good. So in 2006, I had just actually returned to work after maternity leave, and I started feeling tired and had some palpitations, and was very much putting it down just to being busy, to be honest, but kind of felt there was something else going on cardiac-wise. So I went for a checkup, and atrial fibrillation was diagnosed shortly afterwards, after that.
Atrial fibrillation in 90% of people comes from the left atrium. The muscle fibers around those veins, if they become irritated, they start to fire, not just once a second like the normal sinus node. They'll fire up to 10 times a second, or 600 beats per minute. And that's what puts people into atrial fibrillation. The medications that Rosemary required to try to keep her heart rhythm normal, or to prevent her heart from racing, they made her heart go too slow.
When I was told I needed a pacemaker, I did a lot of research. I looked up lots of articles, but what I was really looking for was the personal bit. What does it mean for me? What does it mean for my family? How will I feel afterwards? Will anyone want to employ me? Will anyone want to work with me? These are the silly things going through my head. So I Googled, found some, well actually I was given a name of a website, of a patient website for atrial fibrillation in the US. That didn't do my confidence any good. And lots of people were very, very ill. They couldn't climb stairs. Like it was nearly their last hope, the last solution. I just felt it just wasn't for me. I wasn't sick enough. So I was continuing my regular checkups with Dr. Joe Galvin. He just went, look, I really think this is the time for a pacemaker. And I said, no. The following day, it was a weekend, I said to my husband, I had my checkup. And he said, how did it go? And I said, yeah, it went well. Though Joe thinks I need to get a pacemaker. And my husband says, why does he think you need a pacemaker now? My ECG, my heart rate felt 20 something, and I fell into a deep sleep. And I think he's a little concerned about that. So Devin, my husband, says, well, I think we just need to go and get it.
I mean, for me, I think it was a no-brainer once the option was there that, it was something that, I could support her sort of mentally through, and I think she needed a little bit of that, just the encouragement. I think it is a big step for anybody, I'm sure, and I think just being there for her when she needed to talk through it, more than anything. I don't think I did anything more than that.
Pacemakers are fairly simple, standard routine procedures. They usually take about 20 to 30 minutes. Pacemakers are implanted usually on the left side of the chest or on the right side, just below the collarbone. Current pacemakers typically last up to 10 or 11 years.
I was out the following day, and at that time I just felt tender and sore, but absolutely relieved it was over. With the atrial fibrillation, I walked quite a bit, and I used to run, but more jog, to keep my heart rate up because I felt better because I was falling. And so I decided I'd go out for a walk, I think in week 2, and I just couldn't get past 2 kilometers, and I felt, oh my God, seriously? Rang the clinic, and they were really reassuring, and they were saying, no, you need to give yourself another week, you'll be fine. And absolutely, week 3 passed, and I was like, so much energy. It was fantastic. As soon as week 3 was over, it was just unbelievable. It was like my body kind of calibrated with the pacemaker and everything was well. So I didn't really realise that there was a negative impact on anyone else but me maybe before getting the pacemaker. I just felt it was my problem, I was so tired. But I did notice within a few weeks after the pacemaker that nobody was asking me how I felt anymore. And I thought it was a bit odd at first, and it kind of dawned on me, That's because they weren't worried anymore. So there was just no worry, so nobody asked, which is a good thing. I have taken up tennis, and the last time I played tennis, I think I was about 13 or 14. So I went back about a year ago. I just love the time. I love hitting the ball. I love having the energy to run around the court. I really, really enjoy it. I love going for our walks weekend, whether it's down the beach or whether it's in the gardens, or just having that time to relax and have the energy to do, walk for an hour and a half, and then just spending time with the kids at their matches, their rugby, their hockey, and just being there for them and not being too tired. Because previous to this, I would have said, no, you go with your dad to your hockey and I'll just stay at home and I'd rest and I'd be ready for them when they come in. That's where now it's like, let's all go together, but at least just spending that time together, some downtime, so we can talk to each other and catch up with each other, and just having the energy to listen and to be there for them has made a huge difference.
Well, Mum can join in more family activities now. When she didn't have the pacemaker, sometimes she didn't get to, and we can go off to sporting events and we can spend more time together, and it's always good to look over and see Mum supporting me.
It's been fantastic for her especially, and obviously there's been a net benefit to the family too, but I just think overall, yeah, physically she's doing a lot more as well, so it's been fantastic.
It just gives you that quality of life and more time to spend with your family for important things. So yes, work is important and running the house is important and the homework is important, but actually there's nothing more important than spending quality time with your family. So I would say just do it.